Food. Hey Haz, what is food?
Food is any substance that provides nourishment and energy to living organisms, Haz. You might not be saying that after this video though.
Okay then Haz, what are influencers?
Influencers. I mean, you kind of are one. Someone who creates and shares content across social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, which you are all on by the way, and has built a significant following or audience.
Now, what if we combine the two? In today's video, I am trying every UK influencer's food brand that I can get my hands on, and it was actually a lot more than I expected. Over the span of this week, I will be traveling up and down the country to make sure I can get my hands on every single one. And give my opinion, of course. That's why we're here. As you can see with me today, I have a fair few things to taste, and I've also just edited on the ones that aren't here. Do not worry, I am trying them. They just either haven't arrived yet or I have to travel to get them. Firstly, I need some breakfast. Thanks to the Sidemen. I've got just that. The Sidemen are a very popular YouTube group, okay? Everybody knows them. Well, in the UK anyway, but I'm pretty sure they're worldwide. I used to absolutely love their videos growing up, but now I don't really watch them so much anymore, and that is just from personal preference. Still love them, still think they're great, can't fault them. Best known for their challenges, gaming, and charity football matches, they first released food-based products in 2021 for delivery only called Sides. I can only assume this is because it was COVID, which to be fair, really good marketing strategy from them. It's a really good way to kind of fit into the market given the circumstances that they had. So I will give them that. Their marketing is pretty good. And I do really like the name. Sides, because they're Sidemen, but also sides like food. Whoever came up with that is a f***ing genius. And I believe the first ever restaurant of Sides opened in 2023 in Dalston. Now, you can also order it on like Deliveroo, Just Eat, but they do have a restaurant as well. Not only that, they also sell their products in numerous stores around the UK. And I did manage to get my hands on a lot of those. Honestly, I found a lot. I didn't even know they had that many products. But we'll get into the chicken and hash browns later. For now, we are talking about their breakfast brand, Best. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm so hungry. These are probably gonna be enjoyable regardless of their flavor. They are pretty tiny weeny. So you get 3 in a pack, and I do like the packaging. It is very appealing. I mean, for the price they were, they're not bad. I do believe they were also on discount in Iceland as well. I do love myself a bargain. Okay, I got the flavor caramel chew. I'm just so excited to eat anything right now. My opinion might be a little bit biased. Goodness. Oh my goodness, that tastes like plastic. This I thought was going to at least taste a little bit nice. It's like buckwheat flakes, crisp rice, which is literally like Rice Krispies, sugar, cocoa butter, and oat flakes. But then you've obviously got all of the additives. As you can see on the back, there are actually quite a few, but not any more than I would usually expect from a cereal bar that's, you know, relatively affordable. I could tell from the get-go that it didn't smell like what I was expecting. It's very plasticky, kind of artificial. No, I don't want to spit it out. It tastes like I tried to make my own cereal bar and I burnt the plastic on top of the box. Anyone who has tried these will know exactly what I'm talking about, but I can't put into words how this tastes. It tastes like it shouldn't be in my mouth. It says no artificial colours or flavourings, which I guess is true, but there's something in there. Clara, come here. Yes? Can you try this, please?
We are reviewing... Oh.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
I don't get it.
That is disgusting. I've never spat food out.
To say that I was absolutely starving when I tried one of these as well. Sorry to say, but it is definitely not the best bar. Well, that was massively disappointing. And I'm now gonna wash it all down with a lovely prime. My morning is off to a thrilling start. Emphasis on the lovely because I'm lying through my teeth, which I may not have any left after this video. I'm kidding. Kind of. Now, I do get that I'm not the target audience for this brand, so I'm gonna be a little bit nicer, but let's get into it. A member of the Sidemen is KSI, who started YouTube in 2009 when he was 15 years old. I actually miss those times of YouTube. I just think things were so much simpler. I was 8 when he started, but I did start myself when I was 10, so it was only 2 years later. But as you can see, he's been nominated for awards. So instead, I'll just review his drink brands alongside American YouTuber Logan Paul. You guys know who these two are. They are literally everywhere, and so is Prime. And I'll be so real with you. I have tried the energy drinks and I used to absolutely love them. I don't think I'd go out myself and buy one. I'd probably prefer a Monster if anything. And with that being said, I also don't drink energy drinks that often. It would just be, you know, in summer, or if I'm at a theme park or something, I usually get an energy drink. If I remember correctly, I really enjoyed the white one. And then there was also a lemon and lime flavor, which I didn't mind either. So today we have the hydration drinks, and these actually came first. These came out in 2022. But to make it fair for everything else in the video, I have never tried these flavors. So we have Berry Breeze and Cherry Freeze. I do like the fact that they rhyme, and I do think sometimes they're sold together as like a duo, but I absolutely won't be biased trying these. As I said, never tried these flavors. I have been quite open in the past before about how I don't really love the hydration primes, the other flavors that I've tried, because it just tastes too sherbety. Flavored drink with berry and citrus flavors, plus vitamins, potassium, magnesium, sweet sweeteners and it's pasteurized. Someone I follow did post this the other day though, and they said that this is the best flavor they've ever tried. So let's crack her open. It smells like a sherbety sweet. I really don't know why they smell sherbety. I think because someone's told me that this is going to be good, I'm like got high hopes, but I know that I don't like the other hydration drinks, so that literally just touched the tip of my tongue and I don't like that. Why was it kind of like, you know when you have sherbet and it gives your tongue a tingly feeling? That's such a tongue twister. That's what just happened to me. Oh, it's actually really nice. I wasn't expecting to like this one. It kind of tastes like a hydration drink, yes. You know, the kind of salty flavor, which is good. I like that. I love a Pocari Sweat for that reason, the fact that it's kind of salty. In my opinion, you can definitely taste the coconut water. Also love that. Prime, you have surprised me. However, this next one, I feel like I'm only not gonna like because it's cherry flavor.
Cherry flavored. Want a taste?
I'm not a big fan of artificial cherries. I'm not a big fan of cherries in general, to be fair. Yeah, automatically know I'm gonna hate that. It smells like Play-Doh. Literally smells like Play-Doh. I've just been taken back to my childhood, sat on like preschool floor. Do you know what? It's the exact same, but with cherry. And I can't really fault that because you can still taste the coconut, you can still taste that citric acidy kind of taste, but it's good, you know? If I like cherry, I feel like I would really like this, and my boyfriend and his sister love cherry, so they can enjoy this one. I'd probably give Prime overall, as a brand, like an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't ever reach for these drinks on the shelf. Of course, I've mainly got them for this video. I know that you can get these now in Iceland for £1, which for the size of the drink, that's not bad. That's actually really affordable. And you can get them in a lot of places. It's so easily accessible. So for that, I'll also give it to them. Pretty good. I do like how accessible Prime is. I think the branding is great. I love the colors. I love flavors. The names that they give them as well is really catchy. With all that being said, I will see you downstairs when it's time for dinner. I'll be honest, I do not feel energized from that breakfast bar because obviously I didn't bloody eat it because it was disgusting. So they didn't do their job like they said. Best thing for a lunchbox, my ass. Anyway, on a lighter note, you join me in the kitchen now for dinner. A very early dinner actually. It's 2 p.m. because I'm starving. But finally, after doing a whole intro about it, we're on to sides. Of course, I could just go into the restaurant in London and eat the food. I promise you this isn't a sides ad. I know that this is like Sidemen, but they're kind of one of the only UK YouTubers to actually get onto the food platform and do something. Maybe there have been other people, but I just don't really know about it. There's a few others obviously I'm going to mention in this video, but apart from the ones that I mentioned today, I don't really know of too many. Now let me tell you, when I went into Iceland, they had a lot of range. I'll give it to them. There's a lot to choose from, and I'm hoping that it's going to taste good, because if it does, I'll be repurchasing. So today we've got an array of items specifically from Iceland. There was also a lot of stock, I noticed, and they were in the savings section. They were discounted, but I mean, I'm not complaining because I love a bargain. It does make me wonder why they're in the savings. Maybe they're not doing as good as they used to. Either way, better for me. It meant they were cheaper. So I picked up a few things. We got sweet and salty chicken bites. I'm really intrigued to try these because I love a bit of sweet and salty. I do wish it was salt and pepper. I do believe they do that actually, but couldn't get my hands on it. It comes with like crispy onions, sauce. You put the chicken in separately, and then it also gives you a cute little greaseproof paper to basically make it feel like you're in the restaurant, and I really like that aspect. I think the packaging is 10/10. In my opinion, the packaging is just their YouTube channel all over. Like, I love the dark, I love the green. Of course, sides is wrote in the famous Sidemen font. I think it looks really appealing, and also the flavors weren't too predictable. I've never heard of something be classed as sweet and salty. I've heard of salt and pepper, barbecue, which they also do have. I brought a barbecue as well. I also got onion hash browns, and I've put a fair few in of those because I just feel like I'm absolutely gonna love them. I have to. It's onion and hash brown. What is there to hate? And then halloumi bites. I do enjoy the fact that they've made this because obviously not a lot of people may eat chicken. Here's one I made earlier. I know, I'm funny. So the sauce has been defrosting, and I assume this is like a sweet chili. It looks that way anyway. I feel like you can't really go wrong with this sort of stuff. I also thought that about the cereal bar, and then here we are. Let's give it a drizzle. It doesn't say that this is gonna be spicy, but I would go on them or use all the sauce. It smells unreal. Yum. I don't know what I wanna try first. I feel like I wanna do the halloumi while it's hot. Okay, maybe I'm mistaking halloumi for mozzarella. Why did I think that that was gonna be stringy? Cheers, let's try. Perfect amount of halloumi in there. Quite a thick piece actually. Whatever the batter is so good. Like, it's so perfectly salty. I really am enjoying that. Hash brown and onion bite, I'm the most excited about this. In fact, I'm ecstatic. Those are exactly what I thought they would be. They really remind me of the little circular hash browns that you used to get as a kid. By the way, at the same time as eating this, I'm just filming a TikTok video because I film food on TikTok. If any of you want to go follow me, I'll show you what I eat. I don't know why people find that entertaining, but they do. The most important part, let's try the chicken. Good crunch. That was really yummy. The difference difference between this and the cereal bar that I had this morning is astronomical. I know that it's technically 2 different brands, 2 different foods, but it's still owned by the same people. The amount of quality and care that has gone into this, I would expect for the cereal bar, but that needs to be changed. I love this. Good amount of chicken, great coating, whatever is in there. That chicken is so soft, in a good way, like not uncooked, but it's so succulent. Overall, giving everything, well, maybe not the halloumi. I'll give the halloumi an 8 because it's still really good flavour, but I kind of would like it a little bit more softer. I think that's more on like the rubbery side of halloumi, but granted it is from frozen, so I think the batter is immaculate. Onion hash browns, you know they're getting a 10 out of 10. I think I just overdid them the tiniest bit, but I can imagine they're so much tastier when you do them just the perfect amount. And the chicken is getting a 10 out of 10 from me. I absolutely am obsessed with this flavour. I love the crispy onions, but this is a 10 out of 10. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty groggy. I don't think that food was good for my intestines. It's so painful. So the only thing that I can do is have some ice cream. I've been wanting to try this so badly since I bought it. It's been sat in my freezer for 3 days. However, since that cereal bar, I'm now really questioning whether this is gonna be nice. So this is salted caramel cake flavored ice cream. The reason I think it's gonna be nice is because I've just had the sides collection and that was elite. I really enjoyed that. And as you can see, this is sides. Comes with a protective layer. Oh my. That smells bloody beautiful. Very satisfying. That smells like I'm gonna love it. Ooh, that is like the perfect texture of ice cream. Oh my goodness me. I'm so excited. No, this is really bad. It's not bad, it's amazing, but that's why it's really bad, because I'm gonna eat the whole thing. There's kind of a little bit of artificial flavour. By artificial flavour, I mean like plasticky. I'm intrigued to find the gooey caramel. Oh, I think we may have just found one. This texture is like literally a cake. I can't even put it into words. It's like a crumbly cake. Had a baby with ice cream. It's such an interesting texture. It reminds me of kinetic sand, and I wanted to eat that shit when I was a kid, so this is really making me happy. Buttermilk powder. Buttermilk is what I can smell absolutely through the roof. It smells like buttermilk. Salted caramel sauce. I am yet to find the sauce. Might be further down in there, but as I said, there's also a lot of preservatives. There's a lot of additives and all of that stuff, so maybe that's why it tastes like that. But then again, there are a lot of foods that have that sort of stuff in, and I've never thought it tasted like it has that stuff in. The cake is just throughout the whole ice cream. For me, this is definitely a texture thing. I think that's why I love it so much, is the texture. I'm like deep in the depths there. Can't see any chewy caramel. Yeah, I did get a bit. It's the caramel that tastes weird. It's still nice. I'd still eat it. But I'm kind of glad that I'm not like leaping with joy about it. I shouldn't really have milk. I probably shouldn't have had half the stuff that I ate today. I'm not allergic. I'm just mildly intolerant. For me, it could probably be a little bit more saltier. At the minute, it's giving milk with a little bit of salt with buttermilk powder, as they said. A cake sprinkled in there. And if you look at the photo, it does make it out as if there's going to be gooey chunks of caramel throughout. They've definitely based it on Ben & Jerry's. This is a very Ben & Jerry's looking ice cream, also a very Ben & Jerry's kind of flavour. I am a stan right at dawn, will die on this fucking hill for Ben & Jerry's. Everything that you should stand for as a morally correct person, that's what they do, and I love them for that. I've still got that aftertaste in my mouth, so I'm gonna give this a 7. Wouldn't reach for it again. Oh, the bloat is so unreal right now. I feel like I'm gonna shit myself. And it looks like I'll be seeing you later, because I was gonna go to the pub, get a bottle of wine, do a pub quiz with my girl Clara, but I maybe had a special delivery from a good friend of mine today. Alcohol brand, hilariously chaotic person. Meet in the middle. You get moist by Joe Bags.
You guys know I love my baby. Whether you know him from Gogglebox, TikTok, or as a co-host on Not My Bag, you need a bit of Joe in your life. You may have also seen him here. If you know, you know. And Joe actually launched Moist Like Us in 2024. So these are pre-mixed cocktails, and we actually have 3 different ones to choose from. They're all 100 calories per can. They're vegan, they're cruelty-free. The 3 cocktails we have to choose from are the passion fruit daiquiri, the pink gin Cosmo, and the spicy marg.
These are 12% cans. I don't know what lunatic makes a can 12%, but I mean, that's Joe all over, to be fair. Everyone I know who has tasted these has said they're just gone. They're blackout. It gets them on the floor, which is the intention. But I'm going for a wholesome pub quiz. I'll see you when I try them. No, because you're literally not gonna guess what I've done. And I'm so infuriated. I did in fact have those drinks the other day. I had all 3 of them. Every single flavour. I reviewed them all. I told you what they taste like. I got my friends to try them, give their honest opinions. Got very drunk. Deleted the footage. My drunk self deleted the footage. I think that just shows how drunk I was. And if you don't believe me, here's a video of just how drunk I was.
Bro, I feel like you would really love...
This is a good promo.
I feel like you would really love the Cosmo, because it's gin And I feel like that resonates with you, so you would love it. You would really love the Cosmo. You wouldn't agree.
Daiquiri.
So Joe, I think that just shows your drinks are very powerful. I'm actually so good with myself, but I mean, it's the best kind of review, right? And that is the aim.
Ever heard of Ammy Charlie's? Of course you have. Ammy actually started posting online when she was just 9 years old and has become one of the UK's most successful influencers to date, which is literally insane, all whilst only being 17. Now, I love Ammy, I know her personally, so to see her doing well like this is so incredible. And I'm back in my old stomping ground of Manchester to visit Archie's, and they're pretty big there, so congratulations. Smile! You're on camera. How do I order? I don't get it. I'm really confused. It's not letting me do the order. Service here ain't very good, is it? Terrible service.
Awful service.
Awful service, honey. Hiya, can I please get a regular dream matcha?
Yes, so
Yeah.
we do for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Only one?
Is it nice? You had it before?
Before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, so cute.
I'm excited because it's matcha, but I'm not excited because it's milk and cream.
She said bad belly.
She said hashtag intolerant, hashtag bad belly. But I'm not going to change anything about it because I want to try it for what it is, but I am going to shit myself afterwards. So no different to everything else I've tried in this video, actually.
A booyah, look at that.
This has got whipped cream, matcha, milky bar. I believe it's milk as well. Don't, because I've actually got no Nickies on.
You have, you've got no pants.
I've got no pants. Milkshake.
Wait, stop messing around.
It's so thick.
Lift the straw up a little bit.
Milky Way, taste milk. I can taste ice cream.
Milky Way?
Yes, it's
not
Milky Way
that.
bars
Oh.
in there. And I can taste the matcha, so it is everything it says.
The skin looks so nice. I did that so I could be in a video.
Of course you did. Noted, I'll give you your fiver after. I'm gonna give this, I'd say an 8. It just kind of tastes like a vanilla milkshake with a milky bar, which I guess is exactly what it is. But then it also, you can take, and there's sides, you're kidding. You join me in London, do excuse the obnoxious phone in my hand. I have to do it, otherwise you're not gonna hear me, there's construction. But we are out at the minute. Now, hear me out, because I know that this person technically isn't an influencer because they didn't start off that way. Candy kittens. I know you guys know about candy kittens. They are literally sold everywhere, but this is a brand new flavour that I've never seen before. These are by Jamie Laing. I believe he's a co-founder. I always believed that he was just the founder, but no, he is the co-founder. In my opinion, Jamie has definitely become more of an influencer because he's got the podcast. You know, he's just done the London Marathon. He's an influencer in a great way, in my opinion. So I thought I'd add him into the addition of the video. We've got the wild strawberry, and we also have, these ones are sours. The good thing about these is that they're completely plant-based. They're vegan. I absolutely love that, and they don't taste like shit. I've had them before. I'm not gonna lie, this is my favourite flavour, so I am a little bit biased. But let's get cracking into the new one.
Yeah, when you got that pack out, I was like, whoa.
I literally saw them like launch very recently, and I'm like, yeah, apple juice and oh, so one's apple, one's strawberry. If you would like a try.
Ooh. Sour? Are they?
Yeah, a nice amount of sour.
Did you get the apple or the strawberry?
Apple.
Okay.
I prefer apple as well.
Oh, do you? Oh, I'm a strawberry girl. Maybe we're like the yin and yang. We were. I do love the little kittens. They're really sweet. Okay, strawberry. I assume.
Because sometimes they're sour, it says sour and they're not sour.
But these are. They are sour. Holy fuck. Oh my gosh, they are sour. It's not going away. Okay, they definitely do what they say.
You've got the mess ones.
I've not had those. I wish you could reseal them though. That's the only problem.
Some good criticism.
Can you? No, they need like a little suction thing. Maybe that's too much plastic. These are my favourite sweets in the whole world. I'll show you, Ammy. But now they're just open and I can't seal them in my bag. Was it sour? I got 2 of these for £4. They're £2 each. I think the fact that they're made with like really good ingredients, I'd pay that. I'd pay £2 for a big pack. Trying the apple one. Holy f me. Oh my gosh, that one is, I can't stop twitching. That's like a sour lolly.
I do like the experience of it.
I like the experience, and then I'm like, oh, okay, the sourness is gone, let me have another one, and then I'm like, holy shit. Jamie, I'm gonna rate these very highly. I like you, and I like your sweets. So, cheers to that. This is the weirdest thing. I was literally telling Charlotte about filming my video, and she was like, oh, have you tried a jerky? And I was like, no, I haven't tried the jerky. Should I get the chicken and the steak? I don't really eat steak, but
I feel like we've got to try it for the video, haven't we? I'm gonna get these two. They're only £2 on a club card, and Charlotte's got a club card. This is so unexpected because I've just got home from seeing Charlotte and this was not supposed to be in the video, because at this point in time I don't even think it was a product. Whenever I tried to search for it, it was not a thing. What? Since when do Sides do strips? I had no idea they did these, and if it wasn't for Charlotte telling me, I'd have absolutely no clue. I'm really glad that I saw her before this video went live, because I'm just like checking in this segment. This is so fun. So it says high protein snacking. I've got the Korean barbecue steak strips, and then I also have the Nashville chicken strip, are marinated and lightly smoked. Basically also the same but with steak. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this type of food, it's like a jerky. My boyfriend's family is South African and I'm absolutely obsessed with like biltong, jervosh, everything. So jerky's kind of an offense to even put them in the same sentence, but it's the closest thing that I can compare it to. I personally think it's not going to be as good as that because no jerky ever is. Oh wow, they smell very strong. They kind of smell like, what do they smell like? They smell like a chicken wing that I've had already and not the ones from Sides. This is the chicken strips. Put my hand there so you guys can actually see this, but they look relatively good. And all the ingredients is literally 170 grams of chicken, sugar, onion extract, tomato, apple powder, dehydrated apple, all crushed up. And it says it's marinated and cooked over natural wood to add the smoky flavor. I'm here for that. I can definitely smell the wood. Oh, fuck yeah. Wow. Okay. I could just eat and eat these. I mean, you really don't get a lot in the pack. I've had 2 and it comes up to there in the pack. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear at you then. That's how much is actually in there. £2, I guess it's not bad. There again is that weird plasticky taste. I don't know what it is because I've had jerky before that is in a pack like this, and that to me has never had that plasticky flavor. I found the same with Vest products that they did. Overall, it's good. It says it's high protein snacking. Good job I did the gym today. I probably should have ate them after my workout. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's kind of sweet. Tomato puree, apple cider vinegar, apricot puree. Maybe that's the sweetness that I'm getting. Garlic powder, onion powder. Definitely different. I like that though. I like that they're not the exact same. Okay, steak strip number 1. Oh, I'm just gonna put it all in. Okay, these are a lot chewier, but I think that's what steak is. They're quite pleasant actually. I think I prefer this flavor. Really sweet, whereas the Nashville chicken strips are kind of smokier, spicier. I'm not getting as much of the plasticky flavor, which I really like. I fuck with these heavily. I really enjoy those. What in the world? Yum, yum, yum. Oh my gosh. So that does bring us to the end of the video, guys. I've really enjoyed filming this video, guys. I've really enjoyed, you know, going into the backgrounds of the influencers, kind of seeing how they started, what different products they've got. There is so much more, I'm sure, out there on the market, or maybe they've been discontinued, but if you guys could let me know any that you're aware of, I would happily try them again. I feel like if I did this with American influencers or YouTubers, that would be a whole nother kettle of fish. I think I'd actually have to fly to America to do that. You know, take me. I'm okay with that. I have actually already pre-ordered some American influencer snacks, I guess you'd call them. So if you guys do want to see that, definitely let me know. I'm not gonna lie, I think my favorite thing out of this whole video would have been obviously candy kittens. I love candy kittens. I literally have demolished that full pack again today. I think it's in my bin. Yep, it's right here. Completely empty. And the sour ones have gone too. But if we're going like actual influencers that, you know, have started on YouTube and TikTok and all of this stuff, you know, no reality TV, I would probably say Sides is my favorite. The chicken, the hash browns, the halloumi bites, the jerky. Hello? I'll give the Sidemen the benefit of the doubt. The best range, that needs to stop. That probably needs to discontinue because it's not good. I also do want to try the restaurant. I know I mentioned it in this video, if you also want to see that. But if you are an influencer and you have managed to get a product out there on the market, congratulations, because props to you that you even brainstormed the idea, you got the ball rolling, you know, you actually produced the product, promoted it, you've got sales. That is a lot more than a lot of us can do. So anyway, guys, make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. Make sure you hit the like, comment down below. And as I'm just gonna put this little statistic on the screen, I can't believe that over 50% of you aren't subscribed who watch my videos. I thought I was just uploading for like me and myself, little community that we have going on here. Apparently there's actually a lot of you that aren't subscribed, which I didn't know about. So please stick around and subscribe. We can grow this little community together. I am now gonna go finish that pack of jerky, but yeah, I'll see you on all of my other socials. Until next time.
What is with you?
But muffin cake.